30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
All right, Marty, nothing like a midday afternoon build series. Right, Marty? Get to building, he says. Hey, those who watch this later down the road, I might have this edited, might not. Either way, the 5-minute countdown is getting ready to kick on. This is like normal, like we do on the show. We're going to be doing the Mini Drak. So we're going to do the RiteWing Mini Drak. Not to be confused with that horse shit that's being sold in the UK as a copy. So, we're going to do Mini Drak because it's time to build another Max. And current Max, if you've been following me, it's getting beat up a little bit, so I don't know if it's going to make it all the way to Colorado, but we're definitely using it for testing and amongst other things, practice for sure. So, I just feel a tug at my heart. I need to go ahead and build this. And Mini Drak's my favorite frame all time, so if you want to watch this, stick around. I don't know how many parts this is going to be. It could be 4, 5, 6. Who the hell knows? But I'll also share it on the Drone Hangar library, so I'll have it attached there, and you guys can watch it there as well if you want. And if you haven't done so, go check us out on the Drone Hangar. We have a YouTube channel. We do actually have a website, but we're not directing traffic there yet. And we do have an email. So either way, look for the timer. I'm going to start here in just about 1 minute. It'll be a 5-minute countdown. All right, going to go ahead and hit the timer. You guys have been sitting around patiently enough. This is going to be a long one. This part 1 is probably going to be fairly short, probably 30 minutes maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just go with the flow. All right, here's your timer. Happy lunchtime wherever you are. On a, what is it today, Wednesday? I got to go get end tables, pay a room. God damn it. Little me time right now. I'm going to do some building. Bob Ross of Wings? I'm not.
you tell a dream feel from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil. Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for gold? All I dream, all that cool breeze, cold comfort change. Did you exchange? Walk on hard in the wall for a lead role in cage. How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. Have we found the same old fear? You were here.
What's up, everybody? My damn chair. Welcome, welcome. This isn't like the normal show where we have music and all the buttons and all that stuff, because I don't have that. When I do these, it's not the show. It's just me, the pilot. And today we're going to be doing, working on the RiteWing Mini Drak. Not to be confused with that copy thing going around in the UK. Horse shit. Anyways, this fanboy is going to go ahead and build another fanboy plane called the Mini Drak, which sits at the top of my fanboy list. And there's a reason why. It's awesome. It's innovative. No one else has done it. And it travels with you. It does a wide variety of things. You can fly this thing fast. You can fly this with booms. You can fly it boomless. You can have extended wings. You can have, normal wings, I guess you want to call them, the original way. So what I'm building is the original Mini Drak. So I'm not, no booms, none of that. I don't like booms. It's a personal preference. Some people think you're crazy, but for freestyle, it just seems to do better. So, and that's what I primarily do. So that's what I'm going to build. And we have an ongoing thing. The first Mini Drak I had was called, what was it called, Marty?
Grab happy.
What's that?
Grab happy.
Grab happy. I don't have buttons. It's Mad Max. And Click gave it that name when he saw it at CFL for the first time. My Mini Drak. And he was like, holy shit, that looks like a thing out of Mad Max. And boom, the name stuck. And I was like, that's what we're going to call that thing. Because it's all taped up and painted. And it really did. It looked like it went through hell. But it produced great video. And if you haven't seen those videos, go back and I think the main one is the Smooth Drak. That's the one that really does. And I took it to Colorado and also the shit. So I love this frame. Great. It's great. Is it the best performing flame ever? No, it's not. For freestyle, that is. The best thing for freestyle, to me, in my opinion, is Spec Wing. A V3, RiteWing, Fanboy. Bam. Get you some. Wins with it. Just saying. So that's the best for freestyle. But it doesn't travel well, and you can't fly it forever. And well, actually, you can fly it for quite a while, but it's not as diverse as Mini Drak. So there you go. Mini Drak's got diversity. It can do so many things. You can rig it out for long range if you want, and go all over the place. You can rig it out to be super duper fast. You need to get up to like 100. I think I saw a post today or yesterday for 147 miles an hour. Someone's personal best in a Mini Drak. That's crazy. I mean, that's just crazy. And but it's cool. So there you go. The versatility of this frame is just tremendous. The last videos that I've been doing have all been with, we call it Mad Max 2. It's kind of like a 3. It's kind of like it's been passed around. It's the same frame I took to Colorado and did the videos last year with this time. And I'm getting ready to go again. So that's the other push to build another Mini Drak, because the one I have right now that I used last year and I've been practicing and testing currently is getting beat up. It's just the way it goes. I can't. Marty, can I fly slow? Like, can I dial it down?
Dial it down?
Yeah, like when I'm flying, remember Phil always said, you only need to fly 75%, not 100 all the time. I can't. I was talking to Michael Scott Rue about this. Yeah, I'm balls to the wall. I can't help it. It's just in my nature. I'll start warming up, and then eventually the bug will hit, and I'm like, I can do this. And whatever it is I'm wanting to do, then I go and try to do it, and a lot of times I fail. And but you see all the success. Maybe I should do another compilation of failed flights, because there's a tremendous amount of them. I mean, it's not like every flight I go up I actually do this epic run and it's fantastic. No, there's many tries and fails, and there's some times where it's golden and you hit it the first time, and that's great. And that's what you want to have. In the series that I just did with the pipes and everything, first pipe video was a one and done. Like, we dropped on there, did one flight, and we were out. The next one was at Marty's brother's house, who was gracious enough to let us come over there and fly for a couple days this past weekend, and those came from there, which was cool. And Marty's showing me video right now. Marty, right? You got video up of they're welding the pipe, right?
Pipeline, yeah.
So they're welding the pipe now. So if you've been following that series, the last video I did, they were all broken, right? Different location. They hadn't welded. Well, now they've welded them, considering going back and flying it again with it all welded, because when it's welded, it's really cool. It makes a great visual effect. And I might. Just depends. My day might be a little too busy to do it. And possibly tomorrow, as long as they don't bury the pipe, because these guys are like a machine. Come in, dig the hole, or clear the trees, dig the line. These are all different crews. And then lays the pipe, and then another crew comes behind later on afterwards and welds the pipe. Another crew comes in and buries the pipe. Another crew will come in and seed everything. And they got it down to a science. Like, it's a machine. So they're laying miles and miles of pipe every day. Anyways, so without further ado, Marty, I'm going to grab your cam, I think, if you don't mind. I'm going to grab his camera and use his camera to show you where I am on the Mini Drak. So today what we're going to do is part one, and part one is just talking about spars and what you need to do when you're laying these spars. And there's a little bit of a science to it. I'm not going to get into all that, and because everybody's got a little, and talking about gluing method, because there's definitely difference of opinion. All right, hold on a second. Let me grab his camera.
Rose said one time he's going to stay home.
All right, so now I'm going to switch it over, and now I think we have the proper cams. If we're going to do it right here, yeah. All right, so this is where I'm at right now. so you can see my lovely ensemble on the table. Yay. Marty with his construction paper. He changes it literally every season. All right. Let me go ahead and grab the Mini Drak. So even though I'm sponsored by RiteWing, right? So that makes me inherently, obviously, the fanboy. And that's fine. I'm cool with that. That's the reason why I fly RiteWing. I've flown everyone else's shit. Keep flying this stuff. Just saying. I love TBR stuff. Anthony makes great stuff. He makes great spec wing. He's got his own unique ideas and brings new shit to the table for the wing community, which I love. That's why I love Anthony's stuff. And IB Crazy does the same damn thing. Comes up with their stuff, and they push their unique, like Wyvern and everything else. And that's awesome. And I fly their stuff. But I love RiteWing. Not to say these other companies aren't great, because they are. They're innovative, coming up with their own designs. And come up with a fucking chair that doesn't, like, keep going down, see? But anywho's, I actually paid for these, so that's my point. Chris Click, my sponsor, going through what he's going through right now. And instead of saying, hey, Click, just send me some frames, I said, Click, I'll buy those frames. I'll buy those for you. Because that's how much of a fanboy I am. Fucking retards. Anyways, so, Mini Drak time, okay? Main thing, sparring. Sparring is very important. You got to make sure these things are in right. I can show you an example. Let me grab it real quick. Of what not to do. I'm throwing one of the gang members under the bus, but oh well. All right, here we go. Sorry, I should probably have my popcorn ready. If you're watching this later, share. There's got to be a way to get it to stop compressing other than me having to lose the weight. All right, anyways. All right, so here's prime example of what not to do. Beehive Brian. See this? I don't know if you can tell, but see the spar kind of flopping around? Well, it's because Brian, although we love him and he's part of the gang, he just dropped these spars in here in the channel that Chris provides, right? It's already yeah, these little channels right here, see them? And what Brian didn't do was watch video and realize that you need to cut these channels a little deeper. Well, you got to cut it with a sharp razor blade and bury these bitches. Get them down. Get them in the frame. Now, I'm not talking like an inch deep. They just need to get down in the foam. That's what they do. So what happens is, you don't do that, this is what happens. They end up failing. They end up popping off on a crash. I lost one. I don't even know where it went. I don't even know when it came off. So it popped off on the bottom. On this side. I mean, see how it's getting beat up? I mean, there's a limit. There's a limit to how much tape I'm going to run. And I did this on purpose right here because I just know. These can snap off real easy, and this isn't adding a tremendous amount of weight, believe it or not, where it's going to affect the fly characteristics of it. So glue it down, I do whatever I need to do to get this nose piece on, and then I tape it up, and then normally I paint it over. But either way, this is running a Crossfire. This is running your old school 2814, I think it is, Cobra RiteWing branded Cobra motor. Anyways, old school stuff. And it does have an iNav in it. And the reason why I have an iNav is because I don't have the little dongle to run my Crossfire, turn it into a 4-channel. But I had an iNav, so we threw it in there. I'm still going to run the iNav just in case anything goes wrong in Colorado. And I need to find it. I need to have some GPS because it's pretty hard. And then I am running on the inside the... I'll check your messages. Sorry, guys. I am running this beeper that we talked about on the show. Right here. It was like $15. God, someone tell me what it was again. I can't remember what it is. it works. It actually is really decent. I mean, I'm not saying it's like a scream at you and you can hear it a quarter mile away. Probably not. You got to kind of know where you are. If it's dead silent out there, you'll probably pick it up a quarter mile away. Maybe. Strongly emphasize the word maybe. But either way, it unplugs. Once you unplug the battery, it'll start beeping. So it's running. You got to turn it off and let it know because it's got a little 1S on there. I think it lasts for 3 days or something like that. It'll keep beeping. It works great. Covered in the canopy. It's better to have it than to not have it. Just put it that way. Just a little security. So yeah, the main importance. God, make sure these things are sparred down. And that's all I'm really going to talk about today in the gluing part to do it. I'm not going to glue though. So anyways, this is what I'm practicing with. This is what I took last year, and this is what I might take again as a backup. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, and the nose piece, Twisted Quads, Will Dobbins. I don't know if he still sells these or not, but I know there's plenty of guys out there that are making this is out of TPU, that bendy kind of stuff. It works great. This went nose down the other day, 60 foot up, straight down. Rue was there. He watched it. Boink, bounced, nose didn't break. Scuffed the GoPro, went back, got a new one, and totally fine. I mean, the scuff, where it hit, it just happened to hit where there was part of the dirt. You'd have to see the video of where the grass is, and then there's part dirt, like where the tree is, and boink, it just kind of happens. Unfortunate. But anyway, so up here is what the Mini Drak is. I'm going to try to make sure I can talk and do this at the same time, so I might have to move the mic. Or I can move the camera. This is what I'm doing today. I can do right here. All right, so cool. Now let me see what you're chatting on. Do a lot here, drone here. Minimize this. Chase down the chat. Let's see what I got going on. I got Tim Hawkinson. Message retracted. No. Whatever you post, you got to keep up there, son. What's up, Big Lou? Best friend I have. Yep, right here, Mini Drak. It really is. Streaming from the UK. It's fucking great. Seriously, Shelby, building my Lighten Mini Drak the next days. Sweet. Now the Lighten stuff, if you don't know what that is, it's just looks like a skeleton, if you will. It's all ribbed, kind of like balsal, if you will. That kind of look. So it's lightened. I know on spec wings, it does make a difference. The V3 Lighten is just still sits number 2 on my list. So that's how great of a frame that is, and it's the Lighten version. Anyways, and they make them with Drak foam. This is what this is. We call it Drak foam. Walking through Barnes and Nobles, watching. Nice, George. Jorge, don't steal anything, goddammit. All wings are good wings. That's true. As long as they're your wings. You know, I like innovation. Otherwise, I just go to fucking Banggood. Go to Ollie and go do his nonsense. Mini Drak by far is my favorite wing. Favorite spec wing is TBRC. Yeah, see, there you go. Everybody's got their favorite spec. Flying Circus says nice. Vifly, thank you. That's what the beacon is called, a Vifly. It's only $15. Seriously, you can't beat it. And I got 2 of them, one for my super spec and one for that Drak Max 2.5. But this is really going to be Mad Max 3, probably, and the other one will go in here. Either way, they're just going to pop in. You can just pop them off the servo. Your receiver, you can just pop them off the receiver and then put it in another frame if you need to. Want to transport it, want to save some bones, and not spend another $15, you can do it that way. Thingiverse file online for noise. Can you turn down the music? Can't hear you. I can definitely do that. Sorry about that, guys. I have a problem over here with my cables for my headphones and everything. Keep yanking on the levels, so it screws everything up. All right, but anyways, turn down the music some. I got to hear something, otherwise I just can't function. All right, I hope that's better. Is this a good beginner wing? No, this is not a good beginner wing. This is not where I would recommend anybody going for a first time flying a wing. This is down the road. This is for people who've built some wings and know what to expect out of this frame. I consider literally every RiteWing a pro end frame. Now, is there some sort of standard, national standard or world standard says these are what are considered pro? No, there isn't. But in my mind's eye, They are. I consider them pro end frames. So I consider, if you're going to build one of these, you need to have a little bit of experience under your belt building, especially if you're going to fly them. You got to just know what's going on. If you're really starting out, I suggest going and get some sort of, out of the box, bind and fly, whatever the wing is on the market. So go that route. Make life a little easier on you. Get something that you can learn on, work your way up. So I want to say Horizon Hobby. I don't even know where to direct you anymore. There used to be a thing called the Theory. I don't even know if they make that shit anymore. But that's out of the box wing, fly, self-stabilized, blah, 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 yakety, all that crap. Go get that. If that's still around, you can find one of those. Go get that and get your feet wet with a wing, and then you don't have to do anything but buy a battery and bind it to whatever you want to bind it to. I don't give a shit. But that's probably the most, that's where I direct a lot of people to. Now, if you want to start building and you are like, hey, I know how to fly, but I actually want to build a wing, then, but I want to, I'm going to be honest with you. I would still go to Crash Test Hobbies, and I would literally go and get an Assassin. That's where a lot of us, old guys, whatever you want to call us, OGs, whatever, started that route. I know I did. I went, instead of spending a fortune and a lot of money, I went and spent a little bit of money and built my first wing with laminate and glue from beginning to end, and learned how to build a wing via Crash Test Hobbies, knowing that when I buy this wing, it's designed for me to smack it into a brick dugout and bounce off the wall and throw it up in the air again. He literally advertised a YouTube video that way for his Assassin. I don't know if he still does, but nonetheless, yeah. So I would suggest go getting an Assassin. Now, you get down a little bit further and you're saying, oh, I've already done that, or I've built some and I know how to fly and I'm ready to go. Get a spec wing. And I don't care who you get it from. Get a spec wing. You can get it from the FPVWRA. You can get it from TBRC, Wing Catcher, of course, RiteWing, and others that are approved, and get a spec wing. That's, if you're ready to do that leap, then go and do that. This is for down the road. In just my mind's eye. It's not like it's a super complex build or anything like that, because everything's all, pre-cut pretty much. But, yeah, I don't know. There's a little more labor intensive, like the gluing. I don't know. In my mind's eye, I just think it's not a beginner frame. Now, once you've gotten down that road, then I'd suggest, you can go towards the Hardcore series and get one of them, or you can go to, Ruben's frames and get one of his big behemoths or whatever, or you can go to Anthony and get a TBRC 60, and start branching out, and you're like, I want a bigger wing. Well, you got a ton. You got RiteWings frames. You got a whole bunch you can choose from, because then you're considered like an advanced, I would consider an advanced builder pilot, and you're ready to start really branching out. This is a really good all-around frame. So when you start getting in that category of like, I'm ready to build something totally, different. I've got some build experience. I've got some flying experience. Then get a Mini Drak. Totally get a Mini Drak. And I don't know if Chris sells them in kits as far as like with the Nano, where you get the boom and the extended boom, or the extended wings and the booms. So you got like 4 frames in one. Get it. A lot of people are really digging on the extended wings or the boom. A lot of people really like that. I know Loco FPV follows us on the show. A friend of mine, pilot, I know he loves his, and he just built a new one. So there you go. I'm a newbie. What plane should I start with? Listen to you. Shut your hole, Sean. All right, so it's kind of like a cooking show. We're going to be real lengthy about this. So on a Mini Drak, so everything comes in the kit. So it's the way he has it all boxed together is really nice. So you get all your spars, you get your 2 main ones right here, your 2 main carbon spars. The outer and the inner sleeve. You got to remember that when you get this kit, they are all one long tube that you have to cut to fit here, and then of course to fit in right here as well. So I'm kind of going top and bottom camera. So you're gonna have an outer sleeve you're gonna have to put in first, and I got these already pre-cut. So you just cut them out. I just stick it in there, slide in the whole spar, mark it, cut it with a Dremel, off I go. Repeat the process on the other side, and then whatever the excess is, flop it in the middle, drop my spar in, whatever's left over, and usually I think there's like about a ½ inch maybe, somewhere on that line, and then just mark it off, and then cut it with a Dremel. And just so you know, I leave a little bit of a gap. I don't cut flush. I leave a little bit. There we go. See if I can do that. This is weird. I feel like a weather person. Right there. See right there where my long-ass fingernails, as my wife would say. Right there. That little So I cut it in just a little bit. Some people cut it flush. I don't know. Weird. But that's what I do. Same thing with these. And seems to be okay. I mean, I know the inner tube, the inner carbon tube, slides in these sleeves once you've got them glued down, and that gives it rigidity. And we'll talk about that when we get to that process in the build, about how I secure these wings. Everyone's got a method. I'm just telling you what works for me and is proven to work over time. So if you can take it to the grave or whatever and tell me I'm full of shit or I'm just another damn fanboy, but either way, there's a method. It's not what Chris does. It's a little bit different, but it works. And it doesn't destroy the spars, which is the main thing. A lot of people really like to ratchet these bitches down with loops and all this other stuff, which is cool, and I've done that. But when they hit, snap, breaks. And finding these replacement tubes tends to be a little bit of a bitch. So bear that in mind. So I have mine designed where it will stay on strong, won't wiggle, nor will the vert wiggle either. And then, but on impact, it will twist, and it will come off, and it won't break. So there you go. We'll get to that later. Sparring. Very simple. If you want to keep it cheap, kind of like Mr. Shelby does, you just go to damn Dollar General, buy yourself a, what are they called? Tool bench, hardware, 3-pack for a bone. That's all you need. But the thing is, you got to keep this thing, almost every other cut, you're clipping one of these off, these little pieces right here. I'll give you right down there, see? Right there. Just clip them off, make a new cut. This foam right here it's hard to work with. This will cut, but this foam is a lot more dense and real stiff, if you will. And spongy, I guess is the word, right? Stiff sponge. It just, when you drop these spars in here, they're going to sit, and you don't need a whole shit ton of glue either. But it's just a foam. It's not like an EPP foam, in other words. All right, so sparring. Like I said, in the kit, you'll get all it gives you all these, everything's wrapped up all nice and neat. It's taped on the end, so when you open the box, it just doesn't be like a spring jumping out. So you get all the spars that you need. You won't be short. He doesn't give you laminate, so most wings I don't think he does provide laminate. Maybe he does now. I don't know. But either way, so no laminate on this. Some people do laminate this frame, but more often than not, I'll tell you a simple method. Just plastic dip the thing. That's all you got to do. Plastic dip. No other paint's going to work on here. Not Krylon, not anything else. Try to do it on Max over there, and I had to take it all off, and then I had to repaint it black, and then hence it was Mad Max number 2.5. But either way, that's all what not to do over there. This is going to be all what mostly you should be doing. And everybody's going to have a different method to the madness, but let me see if I can pop this one out. Hey, I knew I had it over here somewhere. So, actually, let's just do this. All right, so we're just going to do these right here. I'll show you an example. So you can talk to me. All right, it's a long-time watcher, first-time comment. Love you, Shelby. What's up, Rob? Need anything Mini Drak? Sweet. Hit me up, Prince. Yes, cool. Vanguard, Twin, Tractor, 4S, Bloody Wonder, says James Omega. Hey, James. Good last video, by the way. Is that the one from the flight tester plane? So he's talking to James. That gap, though. Which gap are we talking about? Talking about me and the power lines? Well, maybe. It's getting hot up in here. No, it's not. It's cooling down. Thank God, right? All right, anyways. So, main thing that I do. First is make sure your blade's nice and new. That's the main thing. And then just cut very small, like 1/8 of an inch, really. The main thing is you don't want to cut so deep that you're cutting down too deep here and then down on this channel right here, right, where they meet. They'll end up meeting, and then you end up filleting. This thing will just pull up. Watch, I end up doing it. Right? Oh, let's get rid of the first things. All these come with these little stumps, right? Sharp blade. Get it flat. So I'm going to get this tilted over here a little bit more. Nice and clean. I won't even tell you what Brian's looks like. Oh, man. I know I keep dogging on. I know he's going to watch this, but he knows I love him. You think I'm bad? Holy, holy, holy hell. All right. Just shave it off. Make it all nice and flush. You don't want anything left. You don't have to force the blade to do anything. Just let it do its thing. There you go. Nice and flush. Boom. So I'm the one that's just I'm a mechanic by trade, but build. It's a build. I know how to get it to work, and fly, and do what I want it to do. Now, if you want it to look pretty and look fancy and all that, and be a wall ornament, this is not where you want to be. You want to go to like Mrs. Bandito FPV and go see her wings, or you want to go to a local FPV and go his channel and go check out his wings, or check him out on Facebook. And those people actually know how to really deck out a frame, including Mini Draks. So me, purely one coat of paint of plastic dip, black all the way around. Zip, done. That's it. And then some tape, and then a little bit more. All right, so cut the nubs off, and then we're going to go ahead and cut the channels. All right, once I'm done with that, just like I did with my wing series, I take a screwdriver. Right? See it? Screwdriver? Yeah, kind of. Been through the damn flames and everything else, trying to get it to melt like whatchamacallit, the EPO, make channels. Anyways, it's like my all-around little tool. Use this to widen this hole a little bit, this channel. It allows the spar to sit a little bit better. And it's crucial right here that you don't fuck shit up. Oh, I could jump on a ceiling right now with that noise. Oh, I hate that. Like I said before, on this tip over here, I'm pointing with my hand here. I'm getting used to doing this. The tip right here, upper camera, you gotta really be careful you're not digging really deep, because you will cut it into two pieces, or you'll actually, you will cut it right off. So you gotta be really, really careful about that. There I am, cutting part of it off. It's only $1. You'll go through all three on the build, but it's totally worth it. It's always sketchy doing that, because I've cut one of these and jacked it all up, so get a little apprehensive. All right. Pour that out a little bit more. If it's not going, then recut it. Since we're just talking about random shit on this build process, which is part one, or just sparring for the most part. The painting method. Plastic dip is really the only thing that's going to stick to this stuff, folks. So if you try to use anything else, Rust-Oleum, it begins with a K. Anyways, it won't stay. It'll look pretty, but once you go and try to maybe take a piece of tape and go try to pull it up, watch what happens. Shit comes right off, like instantly. And then eventually you'll just be able to flake it off and just flick it like my upper camera right there, see, and just go like that and just come right off. So don't do that. You can try to laminate these. I just never done it, so I'm not going to go through the pain in the ass time because all these curves. I'm like, it's not. No, plastic's enough. I will reinforce this with my tape that I use, that reinforced packing tape, and I learned about that tape from Lee's videos way back when. That's what he uses to reinforce all his frames because he's building for being just pounding them around. So they got to be very strong. It's not for like what we're doing, but it's good to put. I found over the years, just put this tape over on this. So you spray it all with black, put a layer of tape over that. Okay, that fibered, that woven tape, reinforced packing tape. Put just one strip down, and then repaint it again. And I'm telling you, when you hit shit like like branches and bushes and all this other nonsense, or even a pole sometimes, it really does save the wing. It really does. It spreads it all out. It's almost like a shock cord. So it's better to have it than not have it. Some people say, oh, it's pointless. Bullshit. Proof's in the pudding. I've got many examples. So give it a shot if you want to save your investment. So, all right. So theoretically, at this point, then I should be able to just poke these down in. So you got to be really, really careful, though. All right. So if it doesn't go in, that means the channel's just not. It's not big enough. And the way I do this, if you can see in the upper camera, I put pressure down. So, yeah, be careful. Don't get a splinter. Again, this is for people who've been building for a while. But I put force like this, if you can see the bend. So the tension in there actually produces allowing me to push it into the channel easier. So that's how I do it. Then I'll go back with this screwdriver right here, a little handy-dandy one, and I'll go and seat it down in there all the way through. Let's see if that works this time. I hear someone joining the conversation. That would be the master and builder of said other Max. He's out there working. I'm over here. I'm over here dogging on you, man.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, I pulled out Max and showed him. I'm doing a build series, bro.
Well, are you now?
Yeah, you're live. Folks, that's Beehive Brian. He's a member of the drone hangar. He's one of the gang members. He's also the owner of the Mini drone hangar. It's also where that frame that I just showed you the examples of what not to do came from.
Oh. Wait, what did you show?
He knows the rule here. It's fair game. Everybody's fair game.
You ragged on the prop, didn't you?
Huh?
You ragged on the prop, didn't you?
I ragged on the sparring method. Because that's what we're going over part 1 is sparring.
Oh, for my first build?
Yes. All right, so now
I didn't know you were supposed to embed it.
Yeah, well, we gathered that. We gathered that, brother. That was an easy consensus with the all the people watching.
Well, they don't give you any instructions or anything on that.
Well, you could have came to me and I could have helped you. Or you could have. I would have directed you to RiteWing and go watch one of the videos. Oh, where'd my snitch?
You were quite busy.
Well, hot damn. I knew I had him right here. All right. Now, so you're going to just hear me talk while you're smoking a stogie.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't have you on camera, but they can hear you. Tell you what, man, I'm tired of this damn chair. It's still dropping down. It's still dropping.
You see the structure I'm building?
I do see what you're building. I guess we'll show the rest of the groups so they can see what we're talking about. So if I can get him, we'll show his picture real quick. What? Sky call. Negative. What am I doing? Plus, I think Rotor's trying to get on too. Oh, this chair is really pissing me off. What did you call me in on? Did you call Skype?
I just joined the call.
Then why can't I see you?
I don't know.
Me either, man.
Yeah, it's showing camera.
I don't see it. Can't pull you in. Oh well, I can see you. So folks, Brian, he does a lot of construction. He's in the background. He's building looks like, what are you building, a barn?
2 barns, actually.
2 barns. Building 2 damn barns, and we're over here building the Mini Drak. Got a lot of building going on. All right, anyways. So back to sparring. These little right here. What's great about these? You can put them at a predetermined length and then just stick them down and go. Make sense? There's my screwdriver. All right, now I'm gonna pop these in. Oh man, see, damn it. Luckily, it's not like an EPP foam. You don't see that. All right, there she goes. Now, you notice I haven't glued everything. There's a reason why.
Test fit first.
You got it, brother. Just test fitting everything. But I do it all the way. I go make sure I get it right where I want it. Gotta be careful of that. God damn it. That's the screwdrivers popping off. Jabbing the frame. Gluing is a one-shot deal. I can hear the horses, bro.
Mm-hmm.
One spar. One spar. Of course, I've already done the nose. It's like a baking show. I've already done a lot of prep work. But it's in there. Come down there a little bit more. You can see the glossy black that's still showing. You can go down there a little bit more. The main thing is it just, part of it needs to really be seated in there and being wrapped around the foam as best you can. But you don't want to bury it. So that's the key. Don't bury the damn thing completely. If you get it just right, you'll just see a little line of where the foam inside that channel kind of comes together, and you'll just see a little teeny line of your spar, and then that's perfect placement. And then you'll go, and what will happen is, when I'm done, so we're not going to make this super long, I'll do one more piece, just so we can see it one more time, right? Okay, one more time. Fresh piece. I was talking to Brian about this last night, was I not? After every cut, break off a piece. I've already cut that one. Really that one. So I already cut that one, I recall. So we get for the next one. And then the spar that I just cut, use the other piece to do this other part.
You might want to hurry up and finish that build episode there, because we got clouds rolling in.
I can't today, man.
Oh,
I can't. I got shit I gotta do. I gotta go friggin' Holly Springs and pick up end tables.
oh boy.
Unless you're in Holly Springs, you can just grab them. You down there?
I am in Raleigh.
Copy that. All right, so you're again putting that tension on there, right? See on the top camera, top view. It really doesn't take that long to do. Making it longer than it is. Take your time.
Take your time. Do it right.
Don't be rushed on a build. Like, just that's the other big thing I say. Don't rush your builds at all. What are you doing, brother? What is that noise?
That is the packer going into dry concrete. I'll go get water.
It's pretty darn good right there, I must say. Looks good. It's nice. It's not perfect, but it's good. It's way better.
So if it ain't perfect,
now I'm dogging you with you on camera. It's better than that nonsense. You can see it in the upper camera. See it? See it just because Brian, what'd you do? You just laid it in here, right? And then you put glue in the channel, right? I'm assuming, and then you just put it on top.
I put glue in the channel.
And then you just set it in there. Whew, I have no buttons to play.
Yeah. Well, you know, first time.
It's first time, and I'm dogging you because you're an easy target. That's all.
And I'm the only one here.
No one here. No one to save you. Okay, so you just repeat that process, right? Same thing. You also do it on the nose. So the nose has got, I've already put these in. I've already cut my top two. There's a channel goes all the way back on both sides. And here's a little tip that I've learned is on the inside, once you've gotten, all right, we'll get to that in a minute. So, sorry. So you're going to have two on the top, and then you're going to have two on the bottom. Don't do the bottom ones until you've made sure that these outer tube spars are in and glued. Now, there's a gluing method, since we're on this topic, to glue these sleeves in for your spar. Okay, these sleeves right here that go in these channels that he's already pre-cut. So you just got to drop them in glue. Now, Chris's method is, if I recall, hot glue down just to get them to tack, and then put what is it? That Gorilla Glue that you add some water to. It foams up, and you stick it in there and let it go, and then you take the. You take this piece right here. These are fillers for the said gaps right here. Once you got them glued in, then you take these and you glue and use. I think he uses like a CA glue. You can use Starbond. Mute Brian for a sec. That thing is killing me. I think I got him. So, anyways.
The rod.
No, he's still here. I hear you. Then you feed the these foam spacers in here. You just cut them to length, right? And then you're going to shave them just like I did before with these posts, these nubs that come from when they manufacture them. Do the same method. Just use it like a shaving and just shave off. Make sure it's, and we'll get to that point eventually. So, but anyways, there's a gluing method that you want to do. Now, believe it or not, I don't know what I'm going to do for gluing yet. So that's why I'm stalled out with gluing. I don't know what I'm going to do yet because I personally hate working with that damn Gorilla Glue stuff that just foams up and goes everywhere. So I don't. So I might use E6000. I might tack it down and just do it my way and say, fuck it, and then just do it that way. And that's fine. It doesn't have to be, it's not a science to it. Meaning, Chris has a way of doing it, and that's fine. And if you are so inclined to not adhere to that, it's not going to destroy your frame. You're going to be fine. So, how are you going to get it in there glued, other than just CA glue? CA glue is brittle, so, maybe a combination thereof, somewhere to that effect, and you'll be fine. Once these things are anchored, though, they're not going anywhere. And they're all lined up, too, so you just make sure they're flush down there when you glue them. And, meaning right here, that they're all the way down the frame, and same on the other side, and that way the spar will slide in to the wing and the corresponding holes nice and perfectly. So you got to make sure these outer sleeves are pushed down, and you repeat the gluing method for here as well. Once you've done the gluing, okay, for these sleeves on the bottom of the frame, then you can go back in here, and now you can attach.
Microphone muted.
My microphone or yours? Your microphone muted. I muted my mic to you. Didn't mean to. I meant to mute you because you were fucking making iron. Once you sleeve these and get them all glued down, they've cured and everything. You can do this all while you're doing the other thing. Then you can go ahead. No, sorry. Once you've glued these in, then you need to take the foam, okay, that's provided, that sleeve stuff right here, okay. Then you're going to take this stuff, okay, and you're going to lay it down in here and trim it all up, right, make it all flush with the airframe. Then, and then only, can you then spar this center fuse on the bottom. So you have to get this whole channel glued in and with foam in, and then you can go ahead and lay in the spars. Same method that I showed just a little while ago with just using a fresh blade. You can see the upper camera, fresh blade, just clipped, about 1/8 of an inch down, just enough so it seats down in there. And now here's the process of gluing these. And I just don't know what I'm going to do. Normally on this, with just spars, just these wing spars, I use Starbond adhesive. That's what I use. I drop it into the channel, a bead. So we're at this stage of the game, okay? I don't need to do 15 sparring. It's not worth it. I think you get it after 2. So now I've dry fitted everything in there. So the next process, what I would do is I pull everything out, like so. You saw on the upper screen, I just got my little screwdriver down in there and I just pried it up and just pull it out. Just remember where it goes. And do the same thing with this. Pops up. Pull it out nice and easy. Set it aside. Remember, that's what you're working with. And now what I would do is go ahead and take, say, Star Bond adhesive, and go ahead and put the nozzle down in there and squeeze until it fills up the channel, and just go all the way down the channel. All right. And then I take this. Now, you can sand these if you want. You want to be anal like that and say, oh, sanding. Fine, sand them if you want, so they adhere to the glue more. Yippee-ki-yay. Either way, get them in there, okay? So you're going to feed them back in the same way I just dry fit them, but now it has glue. Wipe the excess glue off, and I'll probably get to that stage tomorrow. I'm just running out of time today. Once you've done the Star Bond or whatever kind of glue that you want to make sure it bonds to the frame, get that in that channel, put that back, spar back in the way I showed you. Then take E6000, okay? Once all that glue's kind of fumigated off a little bit and then reduced its size and gotten in there, let it sit for about an hour.
I can't hear you again.
That's all right, because I muted you. Then go back in with E6000 and put a bead of that stuff over the top, if there's enough room. There might not be enough room, but that's ideally what you want to do, because then that just caps everything off. E6000 really kind of forms to everything, kind of spreads out nice and evenly. It's really cool. Dries really, really nice and smooth, creating a good airflow, a good path for the air to flow over. So go that method. I'll try to show you guys that tomorrow when I get back here at the shop. But that's the main thing I want you to take away. I wanted to show you an example of what not to do, yet it still flies, and what we're going to go through the right way of doing it. And I'm not going to go through 15 hours of a build process. It's going to be what shit you really need to know. You know most, and these are just the pointers and what I do on certain steps. Cool? Cool. I think that's about it, right? I think about so. So tomorrow I'll come back. I'll make sure I get some glue. I don't know what glue I'm going to use for the main sleeves. And then I don't have any more Star Bonds, so I'm going to have to come up with an alternative. Let's, Brian.
I'll go by my old hanger and see if I've got any.
If you got any Star Bond, that'd be great, because I prefer to use that. This stuff's really good. It's like a CA E6000 mix, kind of the way it ends up drying. It's really good. So I actually really love them, even though they're one of my sponsors. But anyways, good enough. Hopefully you take something out of this. The main thing, I wanted to point out, on the inside, since we're talking about the sparring, the additional sparring that Brian actually came up with and actually saved the last crash was there's two channels on the inside of the Mini Drak, on the left and right of the fuse, where you're going to stick your battery, and you can see on the top screen, right down there. Yeah, cool. Got a pointer. Lay a spar in there. You're not going to cut. Do not cut in this channel. Do not cut. Just take a spar that goes all the way to the back as far as you can. Once you get all these glued in, you're probably going to do it beforehand, because this is a new mod, and go all the way from the front to from the back to the front of the fuse, and lay one in there. It actually strengthens the shit out of it. So now, did they do that beforehand? I don't know. I never watched a build series, so I just did it on my own with Chris's help, of course. I don't remember him saying anything, but I know, Brian, you did do that, and because you did do that last crash I had from the tree, it saved its ass. Now it's popped up since then, and I got to glue it back down, but that's okay. It did its job. We'll talk another way. Also later down the road, the build process, I'll also mention how to strengthen this thing up right here, the nose, to keep it from snapping, because that's inherently the biggest problem that it has. Even with all the sparring, this tends to snap sometimes and break, and there's ways to get around that through my trials and errors. So cool. Hope you guys enjoyed this little build series that we're doing right now. Like I said, it's not going to be too complex and not too long. Probably about an hour each time I go live, and that's about it. Yeah, because there's not much to go over, right? Cool. If you guys have any questions, make sure you send it to dronehangershow@gmail.com. We take all questions and any advice if you have any. Or go to the Drone Hanger on Facebook, and if you have anything you want to comment, mention, say, talk, you can do that. If you want to leave me a comment over there in the comment section, that'd be great, because this is my channel. And appreciate you guys tuning in, and look for another video tomorrow and in the coming days. And if you have any questions, just hit me up, private message me on any of the social medias, and be sure to hit subscribe, like, and notifications, because it really does help the channel. Before I go, and make sure to read everybody's stuff, because you guys always have something to say. Vanguard, yes, it's AKA Funbat. It's an old school model. A couple bucks of foam board, hot glue and tape. I think you're talking about something else. It's not for beginners, really. Just something I thought you'd enjoy ripping around. Very agile. Okay, so James talking about a frame that you can build. Power line runs were sweet as F. Yep, that was pretty cool. I have to agree. It was fun. 3M90 with regular paint. Nah, I don't think so, Big Lou. Think wrong. But we can talk about that when we get to that process, because that might be true. That might be true. So, lamb. And then you're putting lamb. So what Lou is saying over there in the comment section is that you can put 3M90, which is what we do on all the other EPP frames, hardcore series spec wings. We sand it, 3M90 it, which is an adhesive, and then we put paint over top of that. It works. And then laminate after that. And it works. So, I don't know. Lamb. Pull a power seat from a car and turn it into an office chair. Yeah, that was a good one, Loco.
What?
Went back a bit that I missed. Why does Brian sound like he's burying a body? Brian's at work right now. He does construction. That's what he does. That's his thing. So, but he's not really burying anybody. Promise. Let's see if we can tool over here. Yep, cool, awesome. All right, guys, I'm not going to keep you around any longer. I got to go do some shit as well. It's time to change hats, be dad, and do all the stuff I need to do. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate all you guys being subs that are subs. And if you haven't subbed, maybe this is the time that you consider subbing to my channel. And for future content, I try to put up freestyle videos at least a couple times a month. And I got a big one coming up, big series, Colorado series, back to Colorado again. That's what it's going to be called. And or back home in Colorado, something like that. Whatever. Just tune in. It's a lot of fun. And if you haven't already, go see us over at the Drawn Hanger Show on YouTube and Facebook. And follow us there. We're always live Sunday at 8:30. Cool? Awesome. Love you guys. Until next time, go get you some of that. I'm out. Be